Syed Mushrik Ali worshippers responded to me, guys. So let's see what he has to say.
Okay, firstly, what's with the miswak? You think holding that's going to make you feel more religious, you stupid Jahil Umri?
The daughter of the Prophet was beat in Medina. The people would fight the daughter of the Prophet, Fatima radiallahu anha. This is insane. It's impossible, man.
So, no evidence, right? So this is just insane and impossible, but you can't show any sort of refutation, okay?
Okay, so obviously all these claims are taqiyya, and we're going to show that to you.
Okay, so this Uluda Patta doesn't even know the definition and the meaning of taqiyya, right? Watch his definition.
Which taqiyya basically means that they can lie to prove their religion.
See, I told you. So this Ibn Zina doesn't even know the meaning of the terminology that he's using, right? So the word taqiyya comes from the triliteral root word, which means to guard, protect, preserve, and it has no lexical connection to lying whatsoever, you kadhab. So he's lying about the meaning of a word that he's claiming is lying. Wow. Lisan al-Arab, Ibn Mundhir, volume 15, page 400. Taqiyya means self-protection from people regarding one's faith. That is protecting oneself from haram. Where's the word lying? Right? Now let's see what the Holy Quran says about taqiyya. Now I know you Umris don't really follow the Quran, but let me refute you using the Holy Quran. We look in the Holy Quran in chapter 3 verse 28. What does it say? It says that the believers should not take disbelievers as guardians instead of the believers, right? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, unless it is a precaution from harm. Tuqa. Now that word, precaution, that's taqiyya. So practicing taqiyya means precaution, not lying. And the Holy Quran in chapter 16 verse 106 says, whoever disbelieves in God after their belief, except one who is forced while his heart is content with faith, then it's okay. So that verse, chapter 16, verse 106, this shows the permissibility of taqiyya. Now let's look at some Sunni commentaries. Tafsir Kabir Fakhruddin al-Razi, he says that some people from Medina were tempted and they apostatized from Islam after entering it. Among them were those who were forced to say the word of disbelief, even though they were determined to believe in their heart. As for Ammar, it says he gave them what they wanted with his tongue under duress. Taqiyya. Ammar came to the Prophet ﷺ while he was crying, and the Prophet ﷺ wiped his tears and said, if they return to you, return to them what you said. So Ammar, under the state of taqiyya, denounced the Prophet, came to the Prophet and cried. The Prophet said, don't worry, if they ask you to say that again, say it again. So the Prophet is giving him the permissibility of doing taqiyya. Then we look at Tafsir ibn Kathir. It says here that Al-Awfi narrated on the authority of Ibn Abbas, cousin of the Prophet, that this verse, 16106, was revealed about Ammar ibn Yasir. He did taqiyya and the Prophet ﷺ approved it. So, you uneducated fool, if taqiyya means to lie, then the Sunni Prophet has just permitted lying. And Allah curses those who lie. Well done. And since you take hadith over Quran, Tabaqat al-Kubra, volume 3, page 188, the Beirut edition, printed 1990, since you can't find references, volume 3, page 188 says what? It says that Ammar did taqiyya and the Prophet ﷺ approved. So there you go. Learn what taqiyya means before you start throwing random terminologies around.
Islam never fought under Abu Bakr or Umar.
His first claim is that Ali did not fight with Umar and Abu Bakr, and this is completely untrue, as your own scholars say, and Al-Bahrani agrees with it, as he says that no battle went without the acknowledgement or advice of the Imam being Ali.
What was my first claim? It was that Imam Ali didn't fight under Abu Bakr or Umar in a single battle in the Rida Wars, right? And what does he show? He shows a scan from Muhakkak al-Bahrani, volume 18, page 307. Okay, let's see what it says. It says, most of the conquests that came from Umar were with the opinion and permission of the Imam. Ya Ahmaq, where does it say Imam Ali fought in the Rida Wars? That was such an absolutely pathetic attempt. He shows a random hadith where Imam Ali advised Umar in war, but Imam Ali never participated. So you've just proven me to be right, right? Let me teach you how to reference properly. Tarikh Yaqubi, volume 2, page 129. When Abu Bakr prepared an army to fight the apostates, he consulted Amr ibn al-As, and making Ali alayhi salam the commander of his forces, Amr said, Ali alayhi salam would not cooperate with you. So Abu Bakr gave up the idea. He never even asked Imam Ali to be a commander in the wars, further showing he never participated. We look at Al-Kafi, volume 8, page 245. Imam Ali alayhi salam never drew his sword after the death of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, except in Jamal against your mother Aisha, Siffin against your uncle Muawiyah, and Nahrawan against you, basically you, the Khawarij. So there is no proof that Imam Ali alayhi salam fought in any of the Rida Wars, you Jahil. Let's move on to his next point.
terms of his sons, he did not name his son Umar, his son's name was Amr, and also Abu Bakr isn't even a name, it's a title, so that doesn't apply.
These are complete lies from the Syed Zindiq Mushrik, and obviously even his own scholars testify to this. Not only did he name his son Umar, Abu Bakr, he also named his son Uthman.
Okay, yes, Imam Ali alayhi salam did have a son named Uthman. We've never denied that, right? But why did he name his son Uthman? Abu al-Faraj al-Isfahani reported in Maqatil al-Talibiyin, page 55, Imam Ali alayhi salam himself said about his son Uthman. He says, I named him Uthman after my friend and companion Uthman bin Mad'un. There goes your claim that he named his son after Uthman ibn Affan, you nasibi.
Abu Bakr is not a title.
Wait, hold on. Say that again.
Abu Bakr is not a title.
Abu Bakr is not a title. Sunnis, if this is your representative, then you guys are cooked, mate. Abu Bakr is not a title? In Arabic culture, a kunya is a nickname. Abu means father of, or means mother of, followed by the name of their firstborn son. For example, Abu Talib alayhi salam. He is the father of Talib. His name isn't Abu Talib. His kunya is Abu Talib. His name was Imran. So Abu Bakr is a title. Do you know what Abu Bakr's real name was? Atiq. It wasn't even Abu Bakr. And Sheikh Mufid in his Al-Irshad, page 186, says that the son was given the name Muhammad al-Asghar. So his title would have been Abu Bakr, but his name was Muhammad al-Asghar, not Atiq and not Abu Bakr. So there goes your claim regarding him. His name was not Umar. And I've explained that in my previous video, but he cut all my references out, right? Imam Ali alayhi salam's son's name was Amr, not Umar, right? We look at Tabaqat al-Kubra, Ibn Sa'ad Sunni, volume 3, page 14. He says that the son of Amir al-Mu'mineen was Amr al-Akbar, and his kunya was Abul Qasim. This is in Ansab, Al-Abi, Talib alayhi salam, by Syed Ahmad, page 362. So number one, Uthman was named after his companion and friend Uthman bin Mad'un. Number two, Abu Bakr is a title and the son's name was Muhammad al-Asghar and it was not Abu Bakr. And number three, his son's name was not Umar, his son's name was Amr. So no, the children were not named after these three hypocrites. In fact, Umar and Amr are written in the same way without the tashkil. That's why you jahils can't read properly, right? Here's Sunan Tirmidhi saying that Imam Ali's son's name was Amr. Here's Musannaf of Ibn Abi Shayba saying that his son's name was Amr. Here's Tahdhib al-Tahdhib by Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani saying his son's name was Amr. So there you go. The name refuted. Stop embarrassing yourself, you Ibn Zina.
Your greatest scholars like Mohammed Bakr Sadiq says that Ali fought in the wars.
Then he quotes a book called Fadak fi Tarikh, okay? And he says, look, it says here that Imam Ali fought in the Rida wars. But your own kafir, Ibn Taymiyyah, says in his Majmu' al-Fatawa, volume 4, page 493, listen to this. All the wars that Ali alayhi salam participated in after the death of the Prophet were three. Jamal, Siffin, Nahrawan. That's it. So there is no mention of the Rida wars at all. You're just a kadhab, and I guess Ibn Taymiyyah is also a zindiq. Then he quotes the Sharh of Nahj al-Balagha, subhanallah. Firstly, that's a Sunni book. That's not a Shia book, right? The guy who wrote that book is a Sunni, right? So firstly, he's quoting Sunni books and then cursing the authors because he thinks they're Shia. What's the name of the author? Haddad. Who's Haddad, bro? The guy's name is not Ibn al-Haddad, right? His name is Ibn Abul Hadid. It's not Haddad. So if you can't even pronounce the name correctly, then stop calling out other people, right? He was a Mu'tazili Sunni. He was not a Shia. Just because he wrote the Sharh of Nahj al-Balagha, that doesn't automatically make the guy a Shia, right? So somehow Sunni scholars have become Shia, and this Jahil ibn Zina just did takfir on his own Sunni scholars.
He says that Ali fought in the Ridda wars. So Ya Zindiq, among your Zindiq scholars, they say he fought in the Ridda wars. Who are you to say he didn't? Ya Zindiq, liar, Taqiyya, man worshipper.
See, people, this is why school is very important, okay? Education is very important. Otherwise, you're going to end up like this idiot, cursing your own scholars, thinking they're Shia. This guy has difficulty finding references, right? Watch this.
Musannaf ibn Abi Shayba, and obviously he's completely lying, doing taqiyya. This is the reference. It's talking about salah, kitab al-salah. Why are you lying to your audience, ya Zindiq, ya taqiyya? Why? Zindiq taqiyya lies again and again. This is talking about the qalaswa or hat and ring that Ali radiallahu anhu used to wear. That's it.
See, look, he doesn't even know the books have different editions, different publications, and each one has a different reference, and the references change. Online references are different to in-book references. For example, he referenced a book earlier. What was it? It was Muhaqqiq al-Bahrani, volume 18, page 307, right? Now, I just searched that up here. I wrote it in the Google search. Look what comes up. It doesn't even say anything that he's talking about. In fact, it says something completely different. So learn the differences between the editions and publications and learn how to reference your Ibn Zina.